That took a while. I woke up this morning. I worked out. I showered. I walked to the store, got the groceries, came back. I started cooking around 12. Didn't have breakfast, just went out, got food, came back. Started cooking around 12. I think I finished around 4 p.m. Yeah, I think I finished around 4-ish. What time is it now? 6:38. 4:38, sorry. 22 minutes to 5. At least. It took forever. It shouldn't take that long to cook just to make pies. What the hell? Why are these toilet rolls always missing, man? I don't know. The ones that are like colored in with the pen, I think maybe they fell or something. I can't see them anywhere. It's annoying. Man, that took forever. When I have a family, I don't know if I'm gonna cook all the time. I'm gonna be the super sub. Homegirl, the wife, she cooks most of the time. When she's unable to, maybe she's tired or whatever, I don't know. Sub me and coach, I'll be the super sub. You know, like in soccer, that guy that's always on the bench, but when they sub him in, does crazy damage. Or like sometimes me, like they have like Ronaldo on the bench, CR7 on the bench. I think there was a time they were keeping him on the bench. I can't remember. I think it was Man United, Manchester. They were benching him a lot. Like when he came back after Real Madrid. I think they were benching him quite a bit. That'll be me. I'll be a super sub. Mom's not playing. She's off the pitch. They need someone to fill in. I'm the guy. You know, it's like we're used to mom's cooking. It's good. She knows what she's doing. But when it's dad's turn, he can lay it down too. That's gonna be me. I'm not doing this everyday thing. Oh my god, dude. Why did that take so long? Damn. But I'm proud. Started a project, completed it. And I winged that whole. I winged the hell out of it. No measurements at all. No measurements whatsoever. With the flour, I was just like, I just eyeballed it. I didn't even do any sort of measurements. I didn't know what I was doing. Butter is extremely expensive. It's unreasonable. By the way, subs to ASMR. I'm doing a subs or ASMR video. You can submit your video to my email address, which is in the description, and just send 1 minute of you doing ASMR, whatever you want to do. Doing triggers, 1 minute. Greatly appreciate that if you sent it to that email, and then once I reach 10,000 subs, I'll upload something. So get yours in. I really appreciate anyone who submits. Let's have fun with it. And then I have a poetry book. I wrote 40 love poems. Love poems. And it's $1. The link is in the description if you want to read that. Really appreciate anyone who does. But yeah, I just ate the pie just now. I was eating one, then I was like, this is not going to fill me. So I had two. I had a big old salad, a fat salad, and I'm stuffed now. I'm stuffed. My God, I had this sauce that I made. It had tomatoes, it had tandoori spice, it had tomato sauce, like a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and tomato paste. Oh, and ginger. And a bit of salt, not too much, just a bit of salt. Maybe a teaspoon at most. Might not even have been that. I'm not sure. I eyeballed it. That sauce was amazing. It went with, and 2 chilies. 1 green chili, 1 red chili. It was spicy, but not too spicy. It was delicious. It went so well with the pie. The filling for the pie was like beef mince, bacon, chorizo. What else did I put in there? Onions. And then I just seasoned it with some various spices. I used a bit of milk as well. I didn't just use water for the mixture. The goal is to create like a stew, like a very thick stew sort of, to create the filling. It's very thick. You put flour to make it thick. When you're frying it, as it's frying, as it's sizzling, then you just throw some flour on top, mix it up, then you add your liquid. I added a bit of milk and a bit of water. I was gonna add cheese, and then I was like, I don't want to add cheese. Maybe I should have. It would have been, I think it would have worked. Yeah, I think it would have worked if I added cheese. But yeah, I was locked in, dude. I was listening to podcasts. I think I heard 2 podcasts, and then I actually finished up some podcasts that I'd like started watching, but then I only got like halfway through, or like there was one where I was like, it was like a 2-hour podcast, but I had like 8 minutes left. I finished that one. There was one that was like an hour plus long. I was like halfway through that one. I finished that one. And then there was a full one that I watched, or listened to rather. That was like an hour plus long. And then I listened to a bit of ASMR as well. No music, because anyway. I listened to music on the way to the store though. I walked to the store. I was listening to a lot of house music. It was very nice. Spotify has this feature now, this new feature when you're shuffling your playlist, it adds songs, which is a bit annoying if you don't want that. Like, for example, I have a Drake playlist just full of Drake songs. So then I'll be listening to the playlist and it'll add songs it thinks I'll like, but they're not by Drake. I'll be like, what's wrong with you people? So in that context, it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. But then with my house music playlist, I'll be listening and then I'll hear a song I've never heard before. I'm like, oh, I did not add this to my playlist. Where did this song come from? Then I realize Spotify, this little feature where it's like just adding random songs to your playlist. I think you can turn it off. I'm sure you can. They should let you know though. Like they just do it randomly and you're like, what the hell is going on? But I appreciate it in the context of the house music players because those songs are fire. It hasn't missed so far with the songs it's thrown in there. It hasn't missed. All of them have been fire. It knows me well. The algorithm knows me well. But yeah. It doesn't work when you have a dedicated playlist like dedicated to specific artists, and then they start throwing in random artists. I was listening to Drake, and then they started playing Ric Flair "Drip" by Offset from the Migos. I was like, what the hell? What is this doing here? Oh, Spotify's acting up again. Anyway, you know, last night I was thinking about. I don't know if it's a revelation. I already talked about this, but it was really sinking in last night. I was thinking about. So I talked the other day. Was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know. I talked about how I was, sex in a relationship is probably the smallest part of your relationship. So even if you were to have sex every day, which sounds amazing, please, Lord, it sounds amazing, but even if you were to have that every day, that's still like, if you're being generous, an hour of your day every day. Obviously, most people aren't lasting for an hour in a session. I don't know. But that's still like 23 hours in a day left, right? So if you think about it, in your relationship, sex is going to take up like this amount of time. Very little, very, very little. That's if you're doing it every day. Most people aren't doing it every day. Some people are not doing it at all. Not me. In the name of Jesus, not me. I'm going to be getting laid. But anyway, so I was thinking about the importance of making sure that your intimacy between each other goes beyond the sexual. And I was like, you really have to be friends with the girl you end up with, right? You really have to actually be very close. With COVID, when COVID happened, people were locked in with each other. They're trapped. You can't go to work. You can't escape. You're trapped with your spouse. And they realized we do not fuck with each other at all. And people got divorced. And I was just thinking about how does that happen? How do you get into a relationship with someone you don't mess with? Like you don't care about them at all. Not that you don't care about them, but rather you don't get along. How does that happen? I guess with me, if I see a pretty girl, for example, I can just focus on the fact that maybe she's pretty, like, oh, she's so pretty, I just want to be with her because she's pretty. I guess I understand that sentiment. I don't know. Has that happened to me? I've fallen for like a person's looks before, I guess. Fallen for, like someone can be very beautiful and you can be like, wow. You can feel something towards that particular aspect of her. But I don't know if I've ever just full on pursued someone based off of that alone. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's always been more than that. And anyway, I was just thinking about the importance of being close, having conversations, having things in common, having things you can do together. Very important, man. I love going to the movies, just watching movies at the cinema. I love the cinema in general, sitting in that big dark room, snacks, good movie. I love it. One of my favorite things to do. Be nice to bring someone along to do that as well, as a shared hobby. Regularly, like, oh, this movie's out, let's go watch this movie, all that. It's better than sitting at home and watching at home because it's boring at home. when you're at the cinema, it just feels more immersive and cool, and getting the snacks and yada yada yada. I just like it. Then you can always talk about what you've watched afterwards. So that'll be something I want to do. Going to restaurants regularly, having conversations. Can you talk for hours? Are you interested in your partner enough to have long form conversations 2-3 hours regularly, and you don't run out of things to talk about? Very important, guys. Maybe that's not your vibe. Maybe you're not talkative. I don't know. But in my case, I don't like talking to just anyone, but with the right people. Yeah, I've been on dates with girls. We go to a nice restaurant and we talk and talk and talk and talk. For sure, and it's lovely. It's lovely. The last time I did that was a couple months ago. Was it a couple months ago? Was it this year? Or was it last year? When was the last time I went on a date, actually? It's a good question. Why don't I know that? When was that? That might have been last year. It doesn't feel that long ago, but it might have been last year. Time is speeding by. It doesn't feel like it was last year, but I don't think I went on a date this year, which is, what am I doing with my life? 2024. Yeah, no. 2024. Well, halfway through the year, I haven't. No one. Nothing. Nada. No. Yeah, that was last year. Anyway, that was the last time I had that. And yeah, we talked about all sorts of things. We talked about all sorts of things. I remember we talked about AI, brain chips. Yeah, I don't know what else. We talked about a bunch of stuff. And it was nice. The restaurant was like dimly lit. I don't know if there was music, I can't remember. If there was, it was very subtle. It wasn't loud, which is obviously the best. It's not a bar, it's not a club. You don't want music, like, even if it's jazz or whatever the case, you don't want it too loud. You want it like so subtle that you can barely notice it. So you can hear the person speak. I think it was like, wait, how was I dressed that day? Dressed pretty casually. I don't think I was dressed like formally. It wasn't that vibe of a restaurant anyway. It wasn't like a formal, fancy dining. But yeah, going on dates, watching movies, playing video games. I was talking to a girl once, and I was telling her it'd just be cool if I could play video games with my girl, but not many girls are into video games. And then she's like, but she can learn. I think, oh my god, I actually remember that. I was such an idiot. Yeah, I fumbled that particular situation with that girl. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. She was saying that, if you're in a relationship, the person you're with can pick up on certain things. They can learn certain things to accommodate you, within reason, of course. So I can introduce her to some of my favorite games. I'm not a super gamer. I got a few games that I'm actually into. But it'd be nice to go through those titles and maybe try some new ones. Maybe they're more fun with someone else. What else would we do? Go on walks. I'm a big fan of walking. Taking in the scenery. I used to do that a lot in my old neighborhood. We lived in this other neighborhood that was, was surrounded by parks, and it was a nice neighborhood. The neighborhood I'm in now is, eh, it's very urban. Urban, not. It's not like ghetto. It's like, how do I describe it? A lot of buildings, not that much, not that many trees and parks and stuff like that. You know, the place I was in before, like, it's very green. So I used to go on a lot of walks, not walk, many kilometers, and it'd be amazing scenery. But now, eh. I remember when I was living in the Western Cape for like a few months in 2021, I'd go on a lot of walks. There's this nature reserve near my accommodation. I was staying in this very nice guest lodge, by the way. Very uncommon accommodation for a student. Like, I've been to student residencies before, residencies, and they're trash. Here in Johannesburg, there's a university called the University of Johannesburg. I went to visit someone there, and he showed me his dorm room. Oh, that shit was trash. It was very small, first of all. No bathroom. You have to use a communal bathroom, which is disgusting. It's got condoms inside. The showers are gross. You have to share toilets. I can't live that way for like months on end. I'm too spoiled. But yeah, these students live like animals. They live like pigs. And fortunately for me, when I was in cooking school, the accommodation I had, it was like a room in a lodge. There's a guest lodge. How do I describe it? Anyway, very spacious room. I had my own shower, my own bathroom with a shower, toilet, everything. My own kitchen. A very big bed. Humongous bed. It's like a hotel room, basically. And I had a cleaner. A lady would come and clean. And I was cool with her. Me and her were cool. We weren't like besties, but we'd have conversations here and there. I was living life, bro. I was very spoiled during that period of time. But anyway, so I'd step out of my room and go on walks. Whenever I had free time, I'd go on walks, and it was amazing. Neighborhood was very safe. Never had to worry about nothing. Going on a lot of walks, taking in the nature. It was a good time. I think I took that time for granted. But I have a lot of great memories from that time, though. So, man, I took a lot of photos. What happened to those photos? Where do I hope I didn't delete them. Why would I do that? Why would I take all those photos just to delete them? I need to check my Google Drive. Maybe I uploaded them to the Google Drive cloud. It would be stupid if I deleted them, because those were great photos. But I don't know where they are. They're not in my gallery. I don't think they're on my Instagram. But my Instagram is so many posts. You have to scroll and scroll and scroll. By the way, follow me on Instagram. My link is in my description. You can a link to my account. A few of y'all have already followed me. Thank you. I'm having some chats with a few people. It's fun. The benefits of having a channel. You get to meet people and have conversations. It's fun. It's fun. But anyway, so what did I say? Going on dates, watching movies, playing video games, going on walks. Traveling obviously is an amazing thing. A privilege to have with your partner if you get to travel together. That's another thing you can't do with your partner if you are not close, if you don't actually like each other. Traveling together can actually be a thing that can destroy your relationship. if you're not if you're not actually close, if you don't actually like each other. Because, travel can be stressful, it can be a roller coaster. So you have to be very patient with each other and get along, be nice. So if you don't actually like each other, it can have the opposite effect that you want it to have. Instead of it being this romantic adventure or whatnot, it can actually be very frustrating and straining, and eventually by the end of it you're breaking up, you're getting divorced. That's crazy though. Getting divorced after a trip. Don't get divorced, guys. I'm anti-divorce. But yeah, anyway. Become friends before committing to anything. Someone made a great point. Like, let's say she gets into an accident and she's in a wheelchair. Are you still gonna stick around, or are you gonna dump her? Just gonna leave? Like, you can't have sex with her anymore for whatever reason. Oh, your mouth still works. From time to time, come on. Your mouth still works, even if it doesn't work down there. Let's move on from that. But yeah, let's say you can't have sex anymore, whatever the case may be, like zero sexual activity. Are you still gonna want to be with her? I think if you really, if you love your spouse, of course, you stay around because you love them. You don't want to be apart from them. You weren't there just for the sex. You were there because you actually love them as a person. And your vows also keep you there, in sickness and in health. It's just like, it's both. You can't just be there for the good times. You have to be there for the bad times as well. Be loyal. So you have to make sure you've got all of that figured out before you get into a very serious relationship. Like, do you actually care about this person? Are you actually interested in them? Like, actually interested. I heard cooking with your partner's fun as well. That could be a thing. Cooking. The amount of girls these days that don't know how to cook is hilarious. You can learn, by the way. You can always learn. You can always watch videos and try. In your free time, you should watch videos and learn how to cook. It's a great gift to give to your loved ones, your family. Preparing food for them. And also just as a survival skill. Learn how to cook, even if you're a dude. Just as a survival skill. Know how to put together meals for yourself. The amount of people that can't put basic meals together. It's like, what's wrong with you? Like, bro, these students, dude. When I was in film school, I was still staying at homes. I was still staying with my mom. Whereas other people were staying in the student residencies, and I'd visit them and I'd see the way they're living. I'm like, you're having just bread? Like, they get a loaf of bread from the store and just eat the slices. I'm like, what is this? What do you mean you're eating just bread? Well, students live like dogs, bro. They live like stray dogs. Like a dog that you just see outside a restaurant eating from the trash. Maybe the people at the restaurant discarded a loaf of bread. The dog's in the trash eating the bread. That's how these guys are living. I'm like, put together a fucking meal, bro. You're going out all the time, spending all your cash on booze. How about you buy groceries and put together a nutritious meal? Buying 2-minute noodles. like they're living off of 2 minute noodles and this processed bread, this heavily processed sliced bread. You know, the bread that comes in the pan. You should get like real bread from a. I'm sure some supermarkets, a lot of supermarkets have like bakeries. Get the bread from the bakery. Don't get the bread from the shelf. That's not real bread. It's full of sugar and chemicals, and it's not real bread. It doesn't even taste as good as real bread. Go to the bakery where they're actually making real bread. Not too many ingredients. I think bread, what, you need flour, water, and yeast. What else do you need to make bread? I don't know. It's different types of bread, I guess, require different recipes. But yeah, maybe put a bit of salt as well, just a bit. But bread doesn't have that many ingredients. I digress. These guys can't even fry an egg, bro. That's just to fry an egg. Guys are struggling, about to burn their room down. Get it together, brother. Jeez Louise. Imagine being that useless. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way this far, drop like a plate emoji, like a dinner plate emoji, since we made food. I don't know if there's a pie emoji. If there's a pie emoji, drop that instead. I don't think there's a pie emoji, I'm not sure. But if there is, drop that instead. Otherwise, just drop a dinner plate because we made food. Drop a dinner plate emoji. Let me get out of here. That footage you just saw, I'm gonna edit it now. And then you're gonna see it at the beginning of the video. Wait, how long do I have before? Oh my god, it's 5:10. The video is supposed to go up at 6. Let me hurry up. Dear Father God, thank you for this individual watching us right now. Thank you for making them whole and unique and guiding them on a path towards peace, prosperity, and purpose. Thank you for blessing this person with wonderful people in their life who love them, take care of them, bring the absolute best out of them, and thank you for maintaining the ones that are there to do the same thing. Thank you for blessing this person with love, with marriage, and maintaining that love and marriage and making it very, very, very happy. Thank you for blessing this person in the spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for all the wonderful things in life, and by giving thanks they can find peace, contentment, and attract even more blessings. Let your presence be found in this person's life so that they know that you're God, that you're real, that you love them, and you're always going to be there for them. Good health, long life, and happiness over this person and everyone they care about. In your mighty name, I pray in Jesus' name, I pray in Jesus' name, I pray in